What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Home today, the Defi app. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this, and let's get into it. It is the 13th of July, and here we are at 7 hours, 43 minutes left in this day. 2.45 cents is the price. I forget where it was, what day it was that I made my last home video, but I want to say in the first home video that I ever made. I want to say it was somewhere down here. Let's just take it from the top. I mean, at least from the top, we're up 20% from there, which is nice to see. I want to say it was somewhere over here. Maybe it was over here, but I want to say it was somewhere over here. I don't care. We got this nice little W shape at the bottom, right? Little W shape at the bottom, and you've broken out, seen some nice growth. You went all the way up today to about 2.7 cents. You're at 2.4 cents now, so a little bit of a pullback, but you do look bullishly charged, very, very bullishly charged. And I got a little story about Home, about the DeFi app here. It's a good story, I think. It might not be a good story, but it's got a good ending at least, right? So I made an account with these guys, and I traded just a small amount, right? And it's worked out well, but I put like a couple $100 in there just to test it out, right? It's as I do with new exchanges anytime, right? I want to test it out, see if I can deposit, see if I can withdraw, if it all works, and it works, And it's a simple DeFi exchange, but it's good. It's good. It's definitely a nice avenue, and I don't ever really like to promote leverage trading, and I think that everybody should stay away from leverage trading. But if you want to leverage trade and you want to use a DEX to do it, the DeFi app I think is cool. And they've got the degen arena. They've got these things that, like, if you get experience trading through trading, which you do get experience through trading, if you climb your way up the leaderboards, you can get airdrops and like certain rewards for various things, like just through trading. It's kind of a cool concept. Like I like they've got various things going on, which is kind of interesting. And then of course the Home token, if you stake it on the DeFi app ledger, whatever, if you stake it on their protocol, you get discounts on trading fees, right? You get discounts on fees, and that's good. And then I think you also get experience in the degen arena too for staking, so that also benefits you in the sense of getting airdrops too. I would even assume too, with staking you get rewards, like anybody does with staking, beyond just that stuff, right? Like you get your APR, whatever it might be, APY, whatever it might be. So there's a lot of benefits to this. There's just through staking, like staking most coins, you just get a standard APR, APY. But I would say there's three benefits, right? Trading fees are cheaper, APR, APY, and then it adds experience to the degen arena, which allows for if you climb the leaderboards, you get certain airdrops the higher up you are. So that's cool. That's like multiple ways to get rewards there, honestly. And then beyond all of that, Home, and make sure it's Home, not Otter Home. Okay, Home, the DeFi app, not Otter Home. Home, it's only at a $66 million market cap. $50 million in volume. That's a lot of volume, you guys, for a small market cap. Something like this, not saying that it will 100x, but if it were to do a 100x, that's a $6.7 billion market cap. And that's a lot of money. But that's an attainable amount of money for the average crypto. I would assume that the top 100 is going to be riddled with coins. If not, every single coin in the top 100 will have to at some point see a $6 or $7 billion market cap when we're in the end of the cycle. Now, does this get there? Maybe, maybe not, but I think it has a chance. Not only could 6 or 7 billion hit, but 14 billion, 20 billion, 40 billion, any of those targets are possible too. You could have a multi-100x with this thing. Absolutely, you could. Now, does that mean you will? No, but you could. I mean, like, genuinely, you can see a 500x with this thing. You don't know. Like, it's crazy, crazy stuff can happen, right? Hyperliquid, and they use the liquidity. They tap into the liquidity of Hyperliquid. I don't know how it all works necessarily, but I don't really care to. I just know that it does work. Hyperliquid. Oh, it's just Hype. That's right. I was like, why can't I? Hype. Hyperliquid. You're basically you have I would call it, and no offense to Home, it's definitely a newer product. It's like a dumbed down version of Hyperliquid. If you use either of them, Home is definitely more simplified. But there's extra things to it. There's other things that are to it, and if they keep developing and they up their interface, like it could be just as cool as Hyperliquid, if not cooler, like that. Like it really, really could. And Hyperliquid's at a $16 billion market cap. Hype will continue to grow throughout the cycle. It's not going to stop here at this market cap, but if Home was to get to a third of that market cap, you're basically at 100x. You hear what I'm saying? And that's just at where it is now, let alone where it grows. And I could see it happening, man. I mean, if people start to piece it together, I don't know. I could really see it happening. Just showing you the potential, right? They're basically like the same thing, but Home, if anything, might be better. I'm just saying. It does rely on Hyperliquid's liquidity, I think, but that's kind of the point of Hyperliquid too. It's like a symbiotic relationship. The thing that's cool here, if you haven't picked up on it, is that if you're staking home, not only do you get rewards from staking it, but also as the price goes up, you're making money staking it, and you're making money off the speculation of this coin in itself. And I wouldn't be surprised if we saw this thing worth multiple dollars by the end of the cycle. The story that I got for you guys is that I made an account and I logged out of the account and I forgot what account that I had. This is a story about the customer service. Okay, the I don't know what the what is the proper term? The people who answer questions. Like if you have a complaint or a question or something's wrong, customer service. The people who help you, right? I responded to them. I left them a chat, opened up a chat, and they responded to me within a day. I was kind of irate because I tried to log in. I created an account. I logged out, and then I tried to log back in, and I basically used every single email that I have to try and log back in, except for the one that I actually logged in with. And I was kind of irate. I was irate. It was only like a couple $100. It's not a big deal. But even if it's a couple $100, it's my money. It's not your money. How dare you? You know what I mean? Like, I got a YouTube channel. I got 41,000 subscribers. Thank you all, by the way. Shout out to everybody who's subscribed. Hit that like button on that note. If you're going to steal my money, even if it's $200, I'm going to point you out and rat you out. And I was pissed. I was getting all worked up. It was late at night. I was sleep deprived, hungry even, right? And they responded to me. They responded to me with multiple messages, not frantic, not mean, just very, very genuine and considerate. And what's cool about this, the reason why I'm going into length at this is I was making an ass out of myself, and I just didn't use the right email. I eventually found the right email. I logged on, and all my funds were there. I was in a long leverage trade with Ethereum, and it was, a couple $100 turned into a little bit more than that. I'm not, I don't need to go into specifics, but I left the long leverage trade open for like a week, and I went long at like 2,400, and it's up at like $3,000 now. So it was just a little bit of cash just for funsies, right? And I was just testing out the waters, right? And I told them I would make a video because of that. And so if you're watching this, if you're from the DeFi app and you're watching this, I'm the Riri. That's me. that's I'm that guy. Yes. Man, I feel kind of bad that I feel like I was being an ass, but I was pissed. I was pissed that I thought somebody just like took my money, and I was gonna be like, yo, you guys shouldn't use this. It's glitchy. But even if it was glitchy, let's say even if it was, the way they responded, the way that they were willing to work with me, and they even accepted that there could have been a technical error in their system, I have the utmost confidence that they would have set things right. I had all the proof, I had the transactions and everything. I was about to send screenshots, but I just tried to log into one more account that I just didn't try. I didn't think it would have been that account, but it was for whatever reason, and everything was there. So I'm sharing that story because these guys actually care, and they're not just some faceless entity in the crypto space that won't respond to you if you have a complaint or if you have concerns or any kind of something goes wrong with their product. They actually got back to me with multiple messages in a very timely manner. It was like within a day, and it might have even been within 4 hours. I went to bed like right after I made those comments, so I don't even know. And they handled it very well, right? I feel like they handled it very well. So that's nice to know, because if you're using this platform, which is a new platform, and something goes wrong or something's astray or you have questions, there are people, real people, who will answer you, which is cool. You've got people who are going to read a comment like mine and probably even know, okay, there's some user error going on here, but they don't just ignore me or blow me off. They actually tended to my needs, and that's something the crypto space is lacking, honestly. So talking about other things that are special about this, right? They actually have customer service, and it's good customer service, if I have to say so. So just tip of the hat to them as well. But 2.4 cents now, getting into the TA, just sharing a little story about me being a silly goose. And everything was fine. Everything's fine. I really do like the platform. I like the DGen arena. I think that's interesting, and I can't wait to see how it develops over time. They're just starting out, right? They're a new project, and they probably didn't come out in June. They were probably developing before then, right? But still a new project nonetheless. I think it has a lot of potential. I think it's going to grow a lot. And not financial advice, not a financial advisor, but from the current price of 2.4 cents. The market cap is at 66 million. I think that we have a lot of growth to go, and only time will validate that. So I got nothing else for you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe. Thank you all for being here. As far as where is it going to top off at, I don't know. Let's look at home. Let's look at this one here, because it has a different high, I think, if it'll load. Come on. You can do it. You can do it. Put your back into it. Come on. Why is see it's being slow. I might have to. Okay, there we go. There we go. We take a high here. We take a low there. 382, perfect tips. So that's good. We got a little respect there. I would think that from here, 2.4 cents by the end of August, we should see. No. You're going way higher, bro. From the end of August, you're going to 14 cents at a minimum, I would think. If not there, we'll see you all the way up at 31 cents. And that seems like a lot of growth, but the crazy thing is, guys, it could go higher. It might, this thing, something like this with this low of a market cap, that much volume accumulating down here, really could be worth 42 cents or 55. I wouldn't be surprised if we saw even like 55 cents by the end of August. But I'm sticking with a nice conservative estimate of 14.2 to 31.8 cents, okay? It's very possible you could see as high as 55 to 42 cents, though, which is crazy growth. That's 22x at a maximum to a basically like a 5.8x at a minimum, right? And that just seems low. I really do think that you'll see something at 31 cents, but it's too new. It's too new to really know for sure, but something like that. Just understand again, a 10x from here, you guys, we're not even at $1 billion. A 20x from here, you're barely breaking $1 billion. And I think that this thing can definitely breach $1 billion. Will it do it by the end of August? I don't know, but by the end of the cycle, absolutely, and beyond there, right? The average crypto is projected to do a 25x by the end of the cycle. I don't see any reason why this thing couldn't do 4 times that or more by the end of the cycle. Be worth multiple dollars. So time will tell. And all that time you could be staking and earning rewards. Take care. I'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye.